I've got beef between my teeth. It would be lost if I had floss. Why did we think that was funny?
I don't know.
We're so nerdy.
Anyone out there that knows what that's from, I love you.
You get a gold sticker and a cookie because you literally won. Okay, can we say where it's from?
Yeah.
Hannah Montana.
Oh my God, I thought it was. It is. I
It
thought
is
it was
Hannah
Sweet Life
Montana.
of Zach and Cody.
Oh, no, I think it's Hannah Montana.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
pretty
right.
freaking sure.
I think it is on the stage.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do you know who this is here? Does anyone know? This is Taylor. This is my sister. She's been on the podcast one other time and she's back on the podcast because this podcast is all about like saying things how it is and hearing from like an older sister perspective. And Taylor can also be your sister if you don't have a sister. So I'm bringing her in. She's going to be here often, especially when our podcasts are about advice. And this one is going to be a lot about advice. I just think it's fun to have a sister who also can like come on the podcast and be real. Like you've opened up to it, like to just being able to talk on the podcast and do things like this.
I think the last one I was actually on the podcast was during COVID when we were doing the divorce podcast, which that's a Debbie Downer. So I'm glad that's really uplifting.
That one was negative.
So I'm glad that we're doing something that we can talk about and fun.
Taylor and I have such a fun dynamic and I'm not going to lie. So Taylor's 3.5 years younger than me. And I think it's kind of fun to hear about like people's dynamics and their relationship with each other. And I feel like we've always been close. I think when we were teens, or I guess I would have been a teenager and you were still like having your nun phase. I think that we didn't really get along, but it was because like Taylor thought it was bad if I wore a thong. Like, because, okay,
that is true.
Because I was a teen, I started listening to like Juicy J, which by the way, I was listening to a Juicy J song the other day and I was thinking back
it's
to
kind of
myself,
bad.
Oh my God.
Yes, it's graphic.
You know what the song I was listening to?
No.
These hoes, they for everybody. Pass them all around. They at every party. I'm like, that is so bad. My little like 13-year-old brain listening to that. No wonder you were worried about my well-being.
Well, so what grade was I in when I was a nun?
I don't know. You would have been, let's see. So if I would have been
5th grade?
Yeah, probably 5th grade.
Okay,
or something.
so that's young. I don't know. I was just very like shy and innocent. So I thought everything was bad. Even when she said like poop, I was such a tattletale.
You were.
It was kind of awesome though. So I'd use it to my advantage.
But we kind of, and I think also we butted heads during the time that our parents were divorcing too, not to like talk about that because that is already an episode, but it's like I think it was just like we had so much pressure and stress on each other. But now Taylor and I are freaking party
bestie
people.
Motherfuckers.
We're besties. Dude, we talk every day. Taylor has to text me 4 times in a row, but we do talk every single day.
And I do. Now we actually work together, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. So I will text you on Teams.
If you don't hear back.
If I don't hear back. And I'll see if she's in a call and see if there's like that little red circle to see if she's busy. So then I know if she's ignoring my text or not. So
it's almost the next level of like you looking at my location.
Yeah.
Now she can look at my location and see if I'm on a meeting. And then sometimes I caught myself the other day. I was typing her back and I was like about to say, you said hi, and I always go hi penis. And I almost typed hi penis into my work computer on Teams.
The IT people would probably think that's hilarious.
I know, but I've already gotten in trouble for like clicking on weird links and stuff. Like, oh God, like not on purpose, obviously. Like I had like an ad come in and I was at home on my work computer and I wanted to click. They were like, hey, if you're interested in like working with us, let us know. And I clicked on it. And it was like a vibrator company and I was on my work computer. I'm like, oh my God. The best part about having a sister is you have a built-in advice system. She tells it how it is. I tell her how it is and I tell the truth. And the other best part is we can make our own family traditions. So you sent me a TikTok the other day that I was like, this is so relatable. It was, do you remember it?
It was 2 sisters and they were sitting at a family like gathering and they were saying how, I forgot what exactly it was. It was something with like, it doesn't matter what's happening. Like it's just them 2 and it doesn't matter.
I know
like,
they were at a family.
With all the other people there, like the relatives, no offense.
I know, no offense to those guys.
We love you, but
we love you guys, but
it's kind of our world.
It's kind of fun though too, because I feel like we're not like super religious. We don't have like a ton of traditions besides like regular holidays. And Taylor and I have decided, we've put it on our shoulders that we are going to carry the team. We're going to carry the family and we're going to make fucking traditions. Okay. And we're going to have
that fucking Christmas party, future Christmas party is going to be like the Kardashians.
I'm not lying. Maybe we should do a practice one this year. I was thinking about that.
I want heels. I want dresses. I want all the glamour.
When I think about this Christmas party, I think of someone at the door with like a butler with like fireball shots or like a fancy martini.
I think of Jordan. I think of Jordan in a suit and like
Or
taking
you.
it. No, Jordan taking it so seriously in a suit. Even though he'd
would.
act like he'd hate it, he'd love it.
He, for some reason, like he will either be like the literal couch potato, like literally at a family gathering, won't talk to anyone, will sit on the couch, or he's up like scurrying about. So it depends on what year he wanted to do it. And then I guess he'd be the butler that year. I'd slick back his hair. That's all I know. Also, one last thing. I'm so annoyed that he looked good in our freaking Halloween costumes.
He did look good. His mustache actually looked good.
I was the Addams Family and I was Morticia and he was Gomez.
And let's just say Sydney looked the part. I was honestly a little terrified when I first saw you. I was scared.
It was disturbing.
It was because you looked so pale.
I
and,
know. That was the point.
The black wig and everything just was really scary and disturbing.
That was the freaking point.
I know.
God.
And did you win?
We tied. We tied. Yeah, we tied for second, which that's like not great. That's basically third, and then I'm last at that point because there wasn't that many people there.
What was the costume that won?
What's the guy from the movie where they're racing cars and it's a funny movie? What was that
Wait,
movie?
what?
What movie is that? Ricky Bobby. He was Ricky Bobby. Sorry, God. I can't think of anything.
Yeah.
I can't think of names. But we're going to talk about dating today. We're going to talk about all things like our relationship with dating. I'm obviously in a different place. I am literally a grandpa at this point, being that I have a ring on my finger.
Grandpa at 26.
I feel like I haven't. Yeah, I know. Grandpa at 26, grab my walker. But Taylor's been through obviously dating, and I've also watched her date. She's watched me date. And then we have write-ins from listeners that I'm going to talk about. So I think it's going to be really fun. So let's get into it.
Yeah, I think our different perspectives will be fun for this.
I think so too. So Taylor has been on the apps. Let's just put it that way. And I have never been on the apps. I missed that like window of it because I was honestly a serial dater, I think. I like talked to like 20 people at a time.
You were a serial dater because you are that girl that always has a boyfriend.
I'm okay to admit that now. I'm okay to admit that.
Okay.
I've grown, I'm strong. But what were the apps like for you? Because I feel like a ton of people are on the apps right now and they're not feeling great about it.
So I was one of the first of my friends to join Hinge. I honestly joined it when no one else was really on it, at least the girls I was living with. And I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. It was like weird, but it was a fun little thing for me to do at the end of the night when I was bored, like when we were all watching TV sitting around. So I would be on Hinge going through, and then funny seeing like people you know. But I actually took it to my advantage and went on a lot of dates.
How many?
Probably like 20.
Really?
Yes.
Over what span?
Like a long time. I've talked to other people and they have not been on one Hinge date. A lot of people just use it for gratification and just like swiping, but I actually used it I was trying to find someone.
What would be like a good profile versus a bad profile, just out of curiosity? Because I've only looked at it with friends and been like, oh, we were looking for the bad ones. I hate to say it, but we were.
Yeah.
You know, on like a girl's trip or something, someone pulls up their Hinge
like
or whatever.
A good one for a guy.
Yeah.
I think when they're funny, but they're not like trying really hard.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, that's actually kind of funny. And then when they have like pictures with their family or like a dog or I don't know. That sounds dumb, but
it's exactly what they think.
I know.
That we think would be good on their page.
But I don't want like a picture. It's a bad sign if they have a huge group picture. And you're
why?
like, what the hell? Which one are you?
Oh, because
is it Bob or Joe? Like, I don't know.
Is that your only photo of yourself?
Yeah.
There's got to be a better one.
But I have retired from Hinge.
Really?
Yes. I was on it for a while and now actually some of my friends are getting it, which is funny. And I love looking at it through them and it's a fun, like laughable thing. But I also right after Hinge tried Raya.
Okay.
And that was much better experience.
Why?
Because the people are better looking. Let's just say that. I'm sorry, but it's true. Better looking. The men have way better style.
Really?
Yes.
Your Taylor, though, is huge on style. Like that is something we've known about her since she was little. She's always said, my husband is going to have the best style. She said that from being a pipsqueak to now. So this is not new information.
Yeah.
Like she wants her mans to be at Zara. Okay?
Yes.
Seriously.
That's so true. But also the one thing that I didn't like was a majority of the people were not in Minnesota. It was all New York, California. So it's great if you're traveling a lot, and it's honestly would be a great networking thing, but for dating and in Minnesota, it's not.
Why did you say it was successful though? Besides like people looking good, like did you come out of it with anybody or no?
Did I? I don't think so. I think I knew the people already.
Really?
That I saw in there, yeah.
So maybe it wasn't that successful.
No, I don't think it was with people I didn't know, no. Because they were in another state and I'm not going to fly to them.
What would you say about like not losing hope? Because I feel like a lot of people are losing hope right now. I've heard it from a lot of people. So if you're out there and you're hearing this right now, you are not alone. I've heard about a lot of people struggling dating right now. Like it is rough and tough out there, even in other cities. So if you're thinking of this and you feel like you're solo in Minnesota or solo in Toronto or solo in a lot of the cities that I know listeners are in, you're not alone in that. People are feeling like there's not a dating pool out there. I feel like people's habits have changed after COVID, where some people just honestly blatantly stopped going to the bar. I know I did. Like I don't go to the bars anymore. Like, and that's where I feel like you meet a lot of people organically, is like the bars. But how do you not lose hope?
I didn't know this at the time, but I truly think when you're on Hinge, you're not missing out. Or when you're not on Hinge, you're really not missing out.
Really?
Like it's the same cycle of men. Sometimes I would talk to my friend and they would have matched the same person. And I'm like, okay, that's fucking weird. Like,
that's
no
annoying.
thanks. That is annoying. And that's just like, I don't want recycled men. Like, so that was a part where I didn't really like, because we kind of live in a small area. It seems like really Minneapolis isn't that big.
Yeah.
But I did, with the dates and the relationships I got from some of those Hinge people were good, and I learned from them for sure, but you just don't know their intentions ever.
So obviously you'd get like instant gratification if somebody liked your profile, right? And then you'd talk to them for a little bit, and then it would either go somewhere, like you would go try out going on dates. Why did you do that? Just like to practice, or to like, or did you actually have hope that it would go somewhere with these people?
That's a good question. I think honestly, my senior year in college, I was bored. So I wanted someone to pay for dinner and drinks. Yep. And honestly, I like meeting new people. Genuinely, I really do. And it's not, I don't get scared to go on a date. My friends, they would laugh at me before I'd go, because they're like, how do you do this? Like, how are you not scared? And I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'm just, if it doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, like, true. I'm just talking to someone and meeting them. But I think it was more for the experience. I didn't really think going on a date like, oh, this will be my boyfriend.
True. Okay.
So I kind of didn't have high expectations, I think.
Yeah, that probably helped.
Yeah.
I just feel like some people are out there and they're like, well, it's easy for you, or they're a little quieter. Taylor and I are both not quiet. We're definitely more extroverted on the extroverted side. I don't think anybody is just introverted or just extroverted, but we definitely tend to be more extroverted. And I feel like it's easier for those people. Like, what would you say to somebody who's actually using the app for like trying to find somebody? Would you tell them to get off the app, or what would you tell them?
I would say make your profile as you can. I know it sounds weird, but don't try to be anyone else. Don't try to be funny if you're really like, you don't like those prompts. Just be yourself on it. Pick photos you think you look good in, and hope that if you see like someone and you're like, oh, I find them really attractive, or I like this about them, they're interested in XYZ, I think then try a date and see it.
Yeah.
Through.
So, but you'd stay on the app.
I think the apps with our generation are stupid.
I know they are.
I think they're just so dumb.
I think they are too. That's
and
why
I'm coming from someone who was on them for a while.
Yeah.
And now I see my friends on them and I'm like, you go, you do you. But I think everyone is playing this little game of there's always something better. Like it's like you go on a date with someone, oh, but wait, on Hinge, I could have a match with someone that's hotter maybe.
Yeah, true.
Or what if they're my boyfriend? Like it's always this game, and it's weird. It's a weird cycle, and I just didn't want anything to do with it anymore.
I understand that. I actually technically have been on Hinge because someone sent me a profile of myself that someone had made and was matching with people with. So
that's really creepy.
Technically I've been on Hinge
that's
before.
Really creepy.
If you've matched with me on Hinge, I apologize. That wasn't me. And if you got a booty pic, it wasn't mine either. So I hope that works out for you. I had a lot of listener write-ins, and I was so excited to have listener write-ins because I have a phone number now, you guys. It's 612. Oh my God, I have to look because I feel like I'm remembering
kiss
the number.
Through the phone.
Please don't kiss me through the phone. I don't want your kisses. I'm pulling up the number. Hold on, BRB.
Also, everyone, I love my new UGG Tasman slippers. They are 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, honey. Okay, my number. I didn't want to say it wrong. I got nervous. It's 612-470-7569. Okay, so if you ever want to text me and you want me to talk about something on the podcast or get advice on a situation, that's your number to call. That's your number to text me. You can text or you can call, but it rings for no joke a minute. And then eventually it will go to a voicemail and you will hear me and my voice. So it is real. It is only me that accesses it. I will not share your name. And if you don't tell me your name, it's not going to tell me either.
That's such a good idea.
Yeah, thanks. Because if people call in, I would love to just put it into the episode, the voice memo into the episode.
Yes, I love that.
We'll see. Anywho, I got a ton of write-ins and I wanted to talk through them because a lot of them were revolving around dating. And I know I wanted to do a dating episode eventually, but I was like, holy crap, all of these write-ins are about dating. Like every single one.
Everybody be struggling.
Everybody out here just freaking doing this thing. So all of these are either about somebody they're with or somebody they were with. Okay, here we go. First one. I've been dating my boyfriend for 3 months now, and everything's been great except for one problem. In the past, before we even met, I would randomly hook up with one of my friends. We are both part of the same larger friend group, but when I told my boyfriend that, he got kind of uncomfortable with it. He said he doesn't want to be around someone that's had sex with me in the past and that it's weird that the other guy and I are friends. I told him that I would really like him to try to be around him and just meet him because when we do larger group activities like Friendsgiving, I want him to come. We've argued about it a couple times now and I can understand where he's coming from, but it just doesn't seem like he wants to even try. Now, this isn't some guy that I talk to regularly, but he is around sometimes because we have the same friends. Am I in the wrong for wanting my boyfriend to meet him and just be able to be in the same room as him? Is he in the right for thinking that it's weird that he doesn't want to be around anyone I've had sex with? Any advice would help.
This is like very tough because I could see it both ways, but I think she's in the wrong. I don't think I would be comfortable with, I don't know. We don't know how many times they've been together.
Yeah.
So that would, if it was one time, like that's different. But someone that you had history with hooking up, I just think that would make me uncomfortable. But if they're like your good friend, I don't know.
It's weird to me because I'm like, okay, have I been in this situation? Yes, kind of. I've had a friend, but he wasn't around all that much. And it wasn't like I was ever talking to him on the side. I will say she definitely she was honest with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
She was
that's
like, hey,
the number one part. That's good.
Hooked up with this guy. He's in my friend group. Just FYI, he'll be around. That is bottom line, the most important thing for me because I've been in situations where I found out later.
And that's the fucking worst.
That you feel like an idiot.
Yeah.
You're like, you've been friends with this, you being the person, me. Like I've been friends talking with your friend and like hanging out with them and giggling with them and all. Little did I know they like are your ex hookup buddy. Like I feel like an idiot. Like it makes you feel just so weird.
Yeah.
She was honest about that. But at the same time, how close are they being? And we don't know if they're acting too friendly to each other. I would guess not.
Yeah.
But for me, like the importance would be in my relationship. So.
And why do you really want them to be, maybe you just want them to be good acquaintances, which I get, but there really shouldn't be like a reason to have a relationship between those two.
I know. To be honest, I don't think she's in the wrong now that I'm thinking about it. I think that it's a borderline and we need more context.
Yeah.
But I will say like, okay, if you're in a friend group like you are right now, like out of college, right? There's a likelihood that you probably hooked up with one of those people in your friend group because it's college, okay? You've got a new boyfriend, you're wanting to bring him around and you're having big friend group, like Friendsgivings like she's talking about. And someone there is there that you've hooked up with before, like that's probably bound to happen.
Yeah.
And no offense, it kind of sounds like the boyfriend is a little bit like insecure because he doesn't want to just even come to the large group
is that
gathering.
What it said?
Yeah.
He doesn't want to come to the thing?
He doesn't even want to like make an effort to be around them.
Oh.
Like I wouldn't, it's weird if she wants them to be like friends.
Okay. See,
it's
I need
not
more,
weird.
I need a little more context.
I know. And it's not weird if she wants them to just like be able to go.
If you want to be in the same like group, I get that.
Yeah.
That's normal.
I think she asked one extra question. It says like, how do we compromise so we're both happy? Like, how can we move forward when him being around my friends is important to me? So to be honest, I would have a sit down conversation and I would make sure that he knows that like, you don't text him on the side. Like you don't want him to be buddy buddies. You just want him to be around in the same space.
Yes.
And I would honestly like make sure that this guy friend isn't being awkward around you two because that makes it even feel weirder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just like,
It's almost like she needs to have a conversation with her boyfriend and the guy.
I know. That's, I think, probably what I would do.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a weird situation. I think I've been in it before. But if you're both mature, you should be able to move past it, because here's one thing you need to remember, and it's more the guy that needs to be more mature. You can't control what the other person did prior to being in a relationship. That's crazy. So getting mad about hooking up with somebody before you even existed in this person's life is kind of bananas to me.
I completely agree.
But it takes maturity to understand that and swallow it. Do you love hanging out with people that your significant other is hooked up with? No, it makes you freaking feel so weird. You're like, okay, you've seen him naked. Okay, I feel so uncomfortable. Like, okay. Okay, so that's what I think about that one.
That's a tough one.
Tough.
Hey, you little poop nuggets, it's Candid. So I miss you guys so much. Seriously, my poop stories just don't hit the same without you. And we know change sucks and we know it's risky, but the biggest mistake you can make is being afraid you're going to make a mistake. So we honestly just trusted our gut on this one, and we miss you. Straight Candid misses you. I miss you. So with all that being said, I want to share with you guys my new adventures. You can follow my new YouTube channel. You can type in my full name, Sophie Van Cirksum, or you can check the link in my bio to subscribe to my YouTube. And any support matters right now, seriously, because I'm currently at like -10 subscribers. So I would love a little support. But yeah, I plan to make some shorter form lifestyle content like vlogs, some fitness content sponsored by the Basil by Soph brand, and also some long form content where we can kind of chit chat and we can hang out throughout the day too. So I'm excited. I hope you guys support and follow. But yeah, at Candid Soph on all platforms for the time being, and Sophie Van Cirksum on YouTube. But with all that, get back to it, Sid. She just popping in. Bye, guys.
We dated from spring into the end of summer and were really into each other. I didn't see any red flags and the communication was great. 2 days after we made it official that we were talking, we stopped all communication out of the blue. He stopped responding. Here's the gag. He still follows me on Instagram. It's been almost 3 months since he ghosted me, and sometimes I get the impulse to text him and ask if he's planning on following me on Instagram forever and never speaking to me again. I've thought about removing him from my followers, but I kind of want him to see my stuff until he gets the balls to unfollow himself, since he already took the most non-confrontational way out. Thoughts?
Okay, my first question, what does official mean?
I don't really know, because if you were dating, like you were obviously hanging out a lot and you've got like a label on it enough to date, so like seems very weird. And what happened in between, like, yeah, we're official and now I'm going to just ghost you. Like, did you get cold feet?
Can you read the first sentence again?
Yeah, I can.
My ADHD is like,
we dated from spring into the end of summer and we're really getting into each other. I didn't see any red flags and the communication was great. 2 days after we made it official that we were talking, he stopped all communication out of the blue.
Oh, okay.
Weird. Okay.
What is she asking at the end?
Basically, like, what are your thoughts? Like, he's still following me and he has still said nothing.
Oh,
Diddly squat.
nah.
Full ghost mode.
I've been in this type of situation, not with dating, but with someone where you're talking consistently, someone from Hinge, and then they just ghost. I think truly at the end of the day, I know everyone says this, but it's really not you, it's them. Something that they're doing or something that they're struggling with inside, and they're not emotionally mature enough to fucking end it with you and say it to your face. And it is so irritating. I remember this has happened like once or twice, and you just have to, it's so hard, but you gotta just let it go and move on.
Oh, God.
And it sucks because you're like, oh, it's that easy for you to not talk to me anymore.
I've been in this situation before too.
I feel like everyone has like some sort of situation like this.
I was like pretty serious with someone like this, kind of like we are officially talking.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. And then no joke, out of nowhere, they ghosted me. Well, guess what happened? I was sitting there thinking it was all about me. I did something wrong. Oh my God, I probably was too aggressive, or I asked to hang out too often, or I was too eager. First of all, you shouldn't feel like you're too eager when you're talking to someone. The whole point is that you're excited to talk to them. But okay. He was seeing his ex and flying her into town. That's why he ghosted me, because he had his ex in town staying with him. Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries.
Is this the person I'm thinking of?
Probably. Well, here, let me cover my mouth.
Oh yeah, I was right.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What a little ass.
Fucking loser.
Ass crick.
Sometimes you just have to say fucking loser out loud because you're just,
fucking
you have
loser.
to. You're like, yeah, fucking loser.
Fucking loser, bitch. You fucking loser.
Stop it, dude. Literally, dude. All I got to say, girl, is you need to move forward.
Yeah,
that is not on you.
He sounds like someone you do not want to date.
Yeah,
let's just put it
exactly.
at that.
All right, next one. I've been in a relationship for 2 years and I have had a really, really wonderful partner. We've lived together since like 6 or 7 months into dating, early, I know, and everything has gone great. We've had a few pets too. Everything in our relationship is wonderful. We are best friends, still date, still kiss goodnight, and every single night we snuggle. I am in a very intense graduate program and he has been my absolute rock. I just struggle with the comparison game and have this idea that we should be having mind-blowing sex every single time. I feel very routine when we have sex and I want to switch it up, except he grew up in a conservative house and struggles to talk about sex. This is a conversation we have had multiple times and he is actively working on it, but I'm struggling to adjust my expectations and give him the time to grow. It is also hard to be the girl in the relationship with the higher sex drive because of societal expectations. I feel really alone. Thank you, Sid. Okay. And she just says like, so happy to see that you're still doing this thing.
Oh,
Okay, girlfriend, I feel you. That's all I got to say. And I try not to give too much details and different things about what I've been through and with different partners, just because out of respect for Jordan, different things like that. But I feel you. It is tough when you have an expectation of what you think you want. I would say you need to learn about what you like the most and you need to verbalize it. But before you go verbalizing it in an intense, like, be better way, I would verbalize like what sex means to you. Like, I'll give an example. Like, sex for me, it should be fun. It should be happy. It should be positive. Like, it shouldn't be like angering when I tell you to like do this instead of that. It should feel light, right? And at first I gave that feedback to a partner and they were so offended, bothered, immediately like turned off. And I'm like, no, it should be fun. I'm not telling you you're doing a bad job. I'm telling you what I like. How would you know what I like? You're not a girl. Like, you've known in quotes, but you haven't really known. So communicating like that and saying like, this is what I like and I want it to be fun and I want to be able to like have a conversation about it when we're hooking up. I don't want to correct you because that's not what I'm doing. I'm not saying you're doing a bad job. I'm saying you can do it like this and I'll be a little bit more excited. So that like conversation back and forth and making sure they know that you want to understand what they need so they feel safe and confident. Because it's clearly like a safety and a confidence thing of like, I feel uncomfortable. I don't feel like sexy. And you need to probably figure out like, okay, am I touching all their love languages points throughout the day? Because they say sex is not just about the time that you're doing it. It's about everything that happens throughout the day before that. And you know, after that even too, to make them feel safe and comfortable. Mm-hmm. What would you say?
If it seems like mundane and like the same thing, maybe talk about it and try something else or more spontaneous.
Yeah.
I think that would help things to, and just stop putting so much pressure on it being perfect every time, because that's not the real world.
Real world is not like that. Mm-mm. I would say, especially if you're expecting it to be like, or you're, I guess, expressing that you want it to be a little bit more spontaneous, say it enough so they know that that's like really a priority for you to like experience that. And then it's also on you to initiate that spontaneity, like downstairs or somewhere else other than the bedroom. And if you see them like doing that, like let's say initiating in a different spot, that's a little more spontaneous, give them like literal positive affirmations. Like they're like, you know what I mean? Like, good job. Like, I love this. This is so exciting, because people need to hear that. You know what I mean? I need advice. Here we go. I feel like my mental health has gone so low and I don't want to reach out to the people closest to me. I found out my boyfriend has been sexting girls. We've been together for 3 years and I'm never one to snoop in someone's phone, but I did. I confronted him and he told me that he's never done anything physical with them. I made sure he knew how hurt I was and he's trying to work through this. Part of me does, but the other one is just so hurt. I haven't reached out to my friends or family about this because I don't want them to know and have them give their opinion about the situation. I'm stuck overthinking and feeling like shit. I've told him about this and I just don't know what to do. Oh, sister. Oh, sister. Okay. You want my honest opinion? Because I promise I will always give my honest opinion and I will not hold back. You need to break up with this hoe. Like, for real.
Agreed.
You cannot be with someone who is willing to like just willy-nilly go sext girls. That is so intimate. And that means that there is a communication gap between you two of him not getting something, in quotes, air quotes, because I'm like, okay, buddy, getting something. What are you giving? That he's not able to communicate and articulate at all. That means his maturity is bar none. And he's probably lacking in other areas that you're not realizing right now because you're hurt and this is the worst feeling in the world. It feels like the worst betrayal ever. And I've been there. If I'm being completely honest with you, I would get out. You're 3 years in. I've been like 6 years in with someone and got out. You can do this. I promise you, your gut feeling of being worried that he's going to cheat, worried that he's in, like talking to other people, it will never go away. And I'm not saying that because people can't work through cheating. There's instances where you can, but this is full blown cheating and I would not tolerate it for another minute.
What I would say, for sure, agree with everything. But this kind of resonates with something that happened in my past, like similar. And I remember thinking, oh, well, it's not like fully cheating because it's not physical. But no, this is fucking cheating. He's crossing way too many lines. It's really sad and it's fucking really hurtful. But I would say you need to take this as a sign to
get the hell out.
Yeah.
Get out.
Because
like, for real.
I don't care if it's physical or if it's on social media, that's the same intention. That's cheating to me.
The intention is the same, to get something out of it, to get like an arousal.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just icky. It's so icky. And it's a person,
fucking
you know what I mean?
gross.
That's nasty. No, honey, I'm so sorry, but you got to get out. Like, I feel terrible for you, but it's not okay. And you need to like exit the situation. You could sit here and be like, maybe you could work it out, or maybe no. Why? There are so many other fish in the sea. I promise you. And he's not the one.
Almost look at it in the positive way. Maybe be happy that you like found out. Because I bet you there's a lot of fucking girls and men that they don't know about this and this happens.
And it's happening under their nose.
Yes.
And they're like, well,
they have no idea.
Why does my partner not want to hook up with me? Or why does my partner not like kiss me before bed? Because they're too busy doing something like on the side. And
that's the one thing I don't love about social media with dating is it's like a free range of always looking at other things.
I know. Other hard part is like he probably never thought he would get caught. Otherwise he wouldn't have done it, right? It would have tarnished. He's willing to put your relationship at risk to talk to other random hoes. Like,
3 years.
Dude, no. Don't tolerate that shit. You are way better than that. You are worth more than that.
You'll find someone that will never fucking do that.
You will literally, they are out there. Not everyone's a cheater. I was convinced everyone was a cheater. It's just not true.
That is true. She did think that.
I did. I was like, everyone's going to cheat on me. So why does it fucking matter? But no, seriously, it was so dramatic. Oh, yeah. Ew. Okay. I might do like 2 more. Okay, this one says, I've been talking to this guy from the UK. I live in Toronto. For the past 2 weeks, everything has been A+, banter, text, voice notes, etc. And this past weekend, I felt the dynamic shift and he legit disappeared and is leaving my texts undelivered. What the F do I do?
Oh no.
Oh, I hate these situations.
I hate this because I have been there.
We've all been there. And it sucks.
It's like, because you have no idea what the hell happened.
And you feel like an idiot. And you're honestly, all you're asking yourself is like, what did I do? You're obsessing, you're reading back on the text messages being like, oh God, I said, wait, so excited. And that's probably too intense.
Much. I would use an exclamation. That's fucking cringe.
Like, no, sister, here's honestly, my logical brain goes, he probably is talking to multiple people and is pursuing one more. But again, does not have the balls to tell you, hey, I'm talking to somebody else. I'm not going to talk to you anymore. I was actually talking to you both at the same time. I'm going to pursue her instead. Thank you so much. Love you. Bye.
It could even be as easy as just like, because if she decided to text again, if he's not responding, he could say, sorry, I've loved to like getting to know you. I'm not interested. Like easy as that. Just at least say you're not interested.
It's not you. This is another not you situation. Unless you text something really kooky right before it happened, but I doubt that happened. So do not worry too much about this one. Also, at least you didn't get any deeper into it. You were 2 weeks in. He's also far away, so you don't have to worry about seeing him. That's always awkward.
For sure.
Oh my
it does
God.
suck, but because it's like just like a dead end. You're like, oh, what happened?
Can you think about the times when someone's like ghosted you or like just been off with you and you're like, what if I see them at the bar? And then you go to the bar and you like are kind of nervous and timid and the night goes on and you see that they're there and now you're 3-4 drinks in and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go fucking talk to him. And you go up to him and you're like, why'd you stop talking to me or say something crazy? I've done that before.
Mine were never like in the same vicinity. The guys I talk to are never in the friend group, which is kind of nice. But let me tell you, honey, they always come back. So I bet you in like 3 months, he'll text you someday when it doesn't work out with the other girl and he'll come crawling back.
Crawling back. And that's when
Crawl
you
'em
can
back.
say, why did you ghost me? You're immature. Bye.
Bye.
All right. My ex, we dated 3.5 years, broke up with me 2 months ago because he wasn't feeling it anymore, in quotes. And we almost totally broke off contact, deleted pics, just saw that he unarchived all of our anniversary posts and all of his birthday posts for me. I want to reach out and ask why, what's going on? I was feeling so okay, but this is throwing me off so much. What is he up to?
I'm a little confused.
So basically she's saying they broke up. They almost totally broke off contact and like deleted all the pictures in his phone, like in her phone.
Yep.
He clearly deleted the pictures on his profile, but now he unarchived all their anniversary posts and birthday posts for her.
So now they're all up.
Now she can see all the posts on his profile of her, and they were gone for a while.
And now, but they're not together.
No.
Oh,
So she's saying like, well, what the hell is he up to? Like, what's going on?
you got this one.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I need to think for a second.
Okay. It could be one of two things, and I'm going to be real. One, he's seeing another girl and he doesn't want to look like an asshole, and he wants to look like he's been in a relationship and dated someone at some point.
Yep.
Brutal. A situation number 2 is that he's thinking about you and he's
Might feel
probably
guilty.
reminiscing
Yeah.
on the times, feeling guilty, and he might end up reaching out fairly soon. But it's a toss-up. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It's a total toss-up.
I agree with both of those. It could be either one.
And it definitely don't text him. Don't
Yeah.
text him. Do not text him because it looks like you're watching, you're waiting. You're not waiting. You're not watching. You are a badass biatch and you don't need that man's. But I would also, if you're curious, reflect with yourself and say like, was it a good relationship? Do I actually really care? Did we end for a reason? Or like, was it just like we should have been more mature? Like, what was the actual situation before you jumped into conclusions, wondering what he's thinking about? Because remember, frontal lobe doesn't develop in men until a little bit later. Okay. So not saying that it's anything
Frontal
bad.
cortex.
Frontal cortex isn't quite developed.
Not yet.
And don't believe me, I've tried older. It doesn't get better.
Okay. I will say I'm with older right now and it is
Okay, yeah.
wonderful.
I don't want to, yeah. I just, maybe the ones I'm picking.
Maybe you don't got a good picker.
Yeah.
Okay, last advice that I'm going to read on this episode, but this is fun. I
This
hope you
is
guys think it's
fun.
fun too. I love giving advice and I love being honest with you guys because
and
it's,
I'm being so honest, so I hope I'm being
hope it
very
helps.
genuine, so I hope it does help.
I know we're like,
I'm scared it's too like harsh.
I know, me too. But okay, here's the thing I want to talk
Yeah,
about.
don't
too.
you want the real?
You want real? Like I talked about on the first episode, what would your sister say
Yes.
to you? That's what you want to actually know, because I'm not going to lie, that's the straight up truth.
Exactly.
And I'm not going to say it to my sister out of jealousy. I'm saying it because I'm being
Yeah.
real. You know what I mean?
Because you care.
Best friends will tell it to you how it is. If they're really good friends, they will tell you how it is. But a sister will be as real as it fucking gets. So we are going to be that for you guys.
Yep.
Okay, last one I'm going to read in this episode, then we're going to talk about a few other things. I don't know how to start. I guess I like this boy. I've been friends with him for a little while, and we have lots of classes/sports together. He is a good friend and is so sweet to everyone. Recently, I found out that my best friend also has a crush on him. Big problem, right? Wrong. We vowed that no boy would ever come between us and we'd find different dates for prom. Neither of us will pursue anything, but we will be happy for each other if anything happens, because obviously you can't control who you like. Some info. I never get crushes on people, ever. Not until I really get to know them, and this is a fully personality and looks together. I never think about kissing the person, just going on walks and talking. My friend, on the other hand, likes him almost entirely based off looks. She's gone through some big crushes, but not really recently. Neither of us have dated anyone. Anyway, if he snaps her, I don't think he does, or at least he didn't, but he snaps me. We send each other reels maybe once a day. We talk over text like 2 times a week and talk in class a lot. Sometimes he will walk with me in the hallway instead of his friends to tell me something that doesn't matter, or he'll text me about something that doesn't even matter anyway. What I'm trying to sum up
I
here
like this girl.
is that I like him. I don't know if he likes me. How can you even tell? And I will feel guilty if anything happens between us because of my friend. Help me.
Oh, wait. First
Okay.
of all, this is adorable, and you're definitely in middle school.
No, she's probably high school because she said
What?
prom.
Oh.
Yeah,
Shit.
she said prom.
Oh, I
So-
didn't hear that.
You are adorable. I love how you wrote this too, because all of the context is so fun. I just think it's so fun. It also reminds me of high school. I can like think of like when I was crushing on the same person as my friend. He probably likes you, girl. Like, I'm not going to lie. If he's sending you reels that he thinks are funny and he's walking with you in the hallway, and you guys snap, I feel like he's giving you all the signs that he does like you. I know that you don't want your friend to come in the way of you guys, but at the same time, like if he likes you and you guys are starting to form a connection, I think your friend would also respect that. Like unless she's really into him and like obsessing over him and you guys are talking about him together all the time, that would be a little bit tough and you don't want that to get in the way. But like kind of follow your heart. I don't know. It's a fun crush. I hate to say it, but usually 99% of the time, high school relationships don't bring you a marriage. Okay. So I wouldn't get too serious about this one, but it's fun and let loose. And I don't know. The friend thing kind of rubs me the wrong way, but what? What are you laughing at?
Cringing.
Why? At who? Me?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Why am I being cringy?
I don't know.
Ugh.
First of all, I apologize. I didn't know if this was middle school or high school.
So rude of you.
It's so rude. I don't know. I for sure think he likes you. If number one, I just think the first sign is if he's sending you those reels that you don't give a shit about. I feel like that's like a very easy reason of a guy liking you, that they think of you and they're like, oh, she'll think this is funny, or I'm going to send this to her. I feel like he definitely does like you. If you start forming that connection more and you really do start catching feelings for him, I would at some point talk to your friend about it.
For sure.
That's where I would for sure go to first and tell her what's going on and that you think that you both really like each other, and then go from there, I think. Because if it's a friend you really care about, the boy's probably not worth. I don't know. It's kind of hard.
It is a hard situation. If he asks you to prom, though, you got to say yes.
Yeah, you got to say yes. You can't say no.
You can't say no, because then that's just
no
like,
one
what
says
the hell?
no, then you're the fucking bitch.
Just talk to your friend and be like, he asked me, and I mean, like, I like him, and you will eventually work it out. She'll probably get ticked for a second, but it's not about you. It's about her not being the chosen one, because a lot of people like get this like complex about being chosen or picked. You know what I mean?
Oh, I used to.
Yeah, I used to have that a little bit.
that's resonating a bit.
That's actually hitting.
That is
a nerve.
hitting the spot.
Yes, right there. Okay, we're gonna be done with advice segments and different things like that. But I love when people write in, so I appreciate the heck out of you if you wrote in, and if you're thinking about writing in, remember the number 612-470-7569. Okay. Text me, call me, whatever you need to do. I will always try to find advice episodes. Probably every 2 or 3 episodes is going to be advice. So write in. We love you. Thank you for that. We want to talk about a few things before we wrap up. Signs he's into you. You should fucking know.
Yes. Oh my God. I love that.
You should know. Like for real, it should be pretty obvious. It should not be hard to tell.
I see so many TikToks like this, which sounds dumb, but if you are guessing or trying to figure out if he likes you, or you're being left feeling confused, he does not like you.
Yeah. You need to
or
just
he's talking to multiple people.
That's probably more likely. It's probably that he likes you some, but not like enough to
but not
just
enough
talk to you.
Exactly.
I would say if he's curious about you, if he does like little things for you, like while dating, this was a big thing for why I chose like Jordan. And I know I literally just said chose, but I at the time was talking to multiple people, I think like casually, you know, and I was like, wait a minute, this guy is doing the little things.
Oh yeah. What was it? I want to know.
He said I could get ready at his apartment for a girls' night downtown, and he offered to drive me there and pick me up.
Oh, that is adorable.
I went to his apartment because I wanted to leave my car there because I was going to have cocktails. And I drove to his apartment. I went in the bathroom to get ready, and he had a block of cheese, which if you know me, literally I'm falling on the ground crying, a candy bar, and a note that said, have so much fun tonight. I will pick you up later or something like that.
Oh my God. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Jordan is setting the standards high.
Yep. Yes, sir. And then he got me flowers. Like,
and
right
what
after
kind
that.
of cheese?
It was a little perfect aged cheddar block.
Yes.
Like, are you joking me?
One
Thank
thing
you
about
for listening, by the way. And it was my favorite candy bar. It was a Butterfingers.
Oh yeah, you do like those.
He listened. Like he was listening. That is a sign of someone listening and doing
it's
the little things.
And it is the little things. It's not, I think you were talking about this in your last episode.
Yeah.
It is not the big grand gestures. It's the little things that where you're actually listening that matter so much.
And another thing is like they'll be more patient with you. Like they won't get ticked off by something you do so fast. Like if you know when you're getting kind of comfortable with somebody and you're probably about to start dating and like it's kind of wishy-washy and like you have like a weird argument and you just felt weird about it. And like, you were like, wow, they got really mad for no reason. Or like, that was a weird way to respond. That sounds like an insecure person. That sounds somebody who doesn't know exactly what they want. That is something I would watch out for because you're already in a little bit more than like other people. but then now they're acting kind of weird. Like I would say, whoa, what's going on here? Am I looking at all the things? Because in the beginning, everyone looks pretty shiny. Everyone looks pretty
Shiny
enticing.
penny.
Shiny penny is what we always say to my dad.
The next shiny penny.
The next shiny penny, which basically means if you're walking down the street and you see something shiny and you're like, ooh, that's so shiny. And then you get closer and it's just a penny. Sorry.
I honestly forgot what the question was.
Well, the question is signs that he's into you.
Oh, yes.
I wrote down, he isn't shady. Like your gut is telling you he's a good guy. Like,
Yeah, if you have a good feeling. I think with some of the past situationships I've had, and I get that icky feeling of, he's a
wrong
fucking
here.
player, then that shit is right.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I also wrote down, he might be kind of boring.
This is a new thing that I've come to realize, and I've seen it a lot also on TikTok. I sound like a fucking
You're
little
like literally just on TikTok
iPad
every
kid.
day.
But I do learn a lot from there. I'm not gonna lie. We're used to as humans like the chaos and like a lot of things happening, but the stable relationships are the most healthy, actually, which is hard to like wrap your head around, but it really does make sense.
You confuse anxiety and excitement. I think I said that in episode 1 too. Is like we confuse this like roller coaster of like,
Yeah.
oh my God, that is the best. Like I'm reflecting on it. We
No,
had
it's
such
you
good
actually
times.
just were trauma bonded.
Exactly. So those are my like key things that I wrote down. I didn't want to write down obvious ones like he buys you flowers or like he texts you back. Well, no shit. He should be texting you back.
I have one to add.
Yeah.
I think number one thing that I think of that when he really likes you is he wants to meet your friends. 100% with the guys, and like the current guy I'm talking to, he wants to meet my friends. He asks, like it's very cute because he wants to see who are the people you surround yourself with. And obviously your family, but yeah.
I love that.
I know.
That's so important too. Oh, that's cool. I like that a lot. That's like a really good one because
Don't
it's
you
so
think
true.
that's what Jordan did
Oh
too?
my God, yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to be included and meet all your people.
He also tried with my friends. Like he
I
wasn't like in the
know.
corner like,
Yeah, like-
whatever. Like I don't care
hi.
about you.
Yeah.
He was like, I want to know your people
Yep.
because I'm not planning on going anywhere. That's a sign of like, I'm
Yes.
staying, I'm sticking around.
Yep.
So those are signs that he is into you. Red flags that he is not interested. I definitely wrote down a few. Leaves you unopen on Snapchat. I think that one might have been Taylor's
Yeah, it was
because
me.
I'm not a big Snapchatter.
That's like, oh God, Snapchat is so dumb. I honestly might delete it soon.
You
but
should.
I've been contemplating it for a while.
I just feel like it's so toxic.
I feel like it's a way a lot of my friends communicate. So I don't want to like be left in the dark, but I also don't need to see people's faces all the time.
I'm not gonna lie, I stopped using Snapchat probably like 5 years
Because
ago.
also your generation doesn't really use it.
My friends are still on it.
Really?
Yeah. I just stopped using it because it was overwhelming.
Okay,
me.
maybe I need to delete it.
I'm someone who needs to check things off the list. So having like 100 unread snaps was probably the most anxiety ridden thing I've ever felt. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Okay, but with the Snapchat thing, I'm not being like a Snapchat police of, oh my God, if they open you and they don't send you like a Snapchat right away, then they don't like you. No, I'm not saying that. But I've been playing games with people where you know that they're trying to get in your head, and they will open you for like a day and then snap you. Like this happens to my friends too.
That's
it's
weird.
like they're trying to play with you. They're not that into you. That's just it. If they really liked you, they would probably be trying a little more.
Yeah, that's so true.
Even if it is fucking stupid Snapchat.
Yeah, true. Okay, this one says not texting you right after you hang out. I feel like you had something to say about that. Maybe, maybe not.
I think if they are mature and they had a good time and they can process their emotions, I think that they should maybe text you after, not like right away, but after you've hung out to say, hey, I had a great time. Like,
Yeah.
thank you for blah, blah, blah. Like, I think that's you do that to a friend. So
Why wouldn't you do that
Yeah.
to the person you're seeing or you're excited about seeing? What is with this like
I
playing
know.
games thing of like,
I hate it.
should I text him that I had a good time or should he text like the
Yeah.
guy being like, should I text her? It's like, say what you mean. Like we're getting older now. Like we need to like, you got to get out of the games. Like say it how it is. If someone's playing games, they're probably having a little fun with their trickery. Spooky season's over. Okay. No more Halloweeny and we're done with that. Okay. All right.
Over and out.
Never initiates hanging out, but will still like talk to you.
Oh, dear Lord.
Lord.
Have mercy.
And then you're forced to be like, are we going to hang out or not? Like you explode because you're like, why are we even talking if we're not going to hang out? What is the point here?
This is what I call a linger. They always linger.
Ugh.
Oh, dear.
And they hang on for dear life. And then all of a sudden you'll get the, hey, text. No, no.
Happy
You're not
birthday.
allowed here. You ghosted me twice. You literally like see me at the bar and like pretended not to know who I was one time. And then a month later,
Yeah.
I've processed you. I'm over it. No, do not come on the phone. Only wants to hang out and watch a movie. Brutal. That's a flag, my friends. That's pretty much
fucking brutal, bro.
It's written in the freaking paint right there, honey. It is written in the purple paint in this room.
Come on. It's
Come
like
on now.
Netflix and chill is on the head.
Yes, please.
Please.
Sister.
Let's make some food or something.
This one says emotionally unavailable, meet his friends, but he's still off when you hang one-on-one, like only meeting up at the bar. Like, sometimes I'm sitting here and I'm like, how did I date people?
Sid, that is exactly what I was thinking. Most of these have happened to me, and
I
I'm like,
know.
oh God.
I'm literally sitting here being like, how did I
Oh
not
God.
see
It's just,
that this was so bad? Like, how did I not see that?
I feel like that one is just like, he probably brings you around the friends when it's like a social gathering.
Yeah.
And then he is not really that serious about you.
I know.
Oh, God.
Leonard.
Jesus, Leonard.
That's what Taylor
Christ.
that's what Taylor and I say when something's really bad, and then we laugh. Okay, last one. It says, seeing Hinge pop up on the phone while you're hanging out and then makes you feel like a psycho for calling him out about it.
So this one hits a little personal. So this may or may not have happened to me. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. This may or may not have happened to me in the past year. And
Which one is it? May or may not.
May.
Okay.
And I'm very chill, and I'm also very, hey, I'm very honest. So I'm not like the type of person that just sits with it and festers it and then
true.
says it later and then builds it up. I'm going to say it right there, then and now.
I'm going to say, hey, bitch.
Hey. So I said something to this person saying, hey, like, I feel like we were vibing, and then I saw this message. Like, it kind of throws me off.
It throws me for a little bit of a loop.
It's kind of killing the vibe here. And he reacted as one would, with being very caught off guard and just embarrassed, probably, honestly, because it's awkward. But yeah, he made me kind of feel like I was being the crazy one, even though we had been hanging out and intimate. So I don't know.
It's hard because it's like, okay, if you're not dating, like, sure, you can be doing whatever you want.
It just, I think, honestly, for the love of God, put it on Do Not Disturb. What do you want?
Studio's so cool.
Oh my God, thank you. Jordan just popped his head in and we were like, we looked at him. Yeah, we're recording right now.
Do we have any ice cream?
I think we have coffee ice cream in the fridge. Or in the freezer, I mean. Okay, bye.
Oh my God, little wiener.
That's Jordan.
But yeah, I think in the end of that, maybe just put it on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah,
next
probably.
time.
Just don't maybe have it popping up on your phone while you're there.
And while you're sitting, cuddling. Okay.
That's really no, thanks. That's like straight up like we're friends with benefits. Like that's what that tells me. Even though I know that they still could be doing that if they want to, but like, do you want to be talking to someone who's on Hinge while you're trying to like pursue them and like getting to know each other?
And I completely get
like,
you're not exclusive yet.
Yeah.
But it still is kind of like, there's that thing with the dating online in our generation. It's just like, there's no boundaries.
I know.
Like there's got to be a fucking line, people.
There's got to be a line.
There's
You
got to be a line drawn, okay?
Draw it in the sand.
God damn it, Larry.
Oh my God. We just laughed the exact same. I thought it was me echoing. Okay.
Oh God.
All right. Last little bit. I wanted to say, like, for somebody out there who's losing hope and like wanting to find someone, here's what you got to do. You have to put yourself first. You are the most important person in this relationship. You need to love yourself. You need to feel good about your habits. You need to feel like you are giving yourself love and like looking in the mirror and being like, have I really like been nice to myself? I know that sounds all crazy, but a lot of the times when I was spiraling, feeling like, oh my God, like it ended with this person, like I don't have anybody, like I need to find somebody, or like no one's interested in me, or no one likes me. It's like, am I being nice to myself? No, I'm talking to myself like I'm an asshole. Like I'm being so rude to myself. I don't know if you relate to that, Tay, but it's hard. Like you feel like you have to look in the mirror and be like, I need to give myself positivity because you need to manifest good shit for your life. Your energy does matter. Like you put
sure.
good out in the world, you will get good back to it.
And if you're
yourself.
a good human, it's harder said than done, but really focusing on you. I think for a while I was constantly trying to find someone, and it sounds cliche, but once you stop looking for it, it truly does come up and bite your ass.
Oh my God, that was giving grandma.
That was giving mom. That was giving
grandma.
mom. I just had to put that in there. I'm
And
sorry.
bite your ass.
No, but it comes out of nowhere. And same with, I can't believe I just did that.
And bite your ass.
Bite your ass. It's scared to get it. I think for like with Jordan, he came out of nowhere. You were like, do I even like this guy? Like,
well, it just
it's
was
just when you're
random.
not trying so hard and trying to be liked by people, when you're being yourself and you're like taking care of yourself, someone will come when it's the right timing.
I completely agree. I literally wrote like the right person will come when you least expect it, because it's true. You have to think about when you're needing something and you're like wanting something so bad, you kind of like think about like when you're competing, like you want something so bad, you're actually kind of not yourself. Like you're acting really intense. You're like looking and searching for every single person. Like me walking in the airport when I was single, I thought for sure if I walked up straight and I wore a cute outfit, like I might meet my mans at the airport. Like, babes, what are you doing? Relax. You know what I mean, Taylor? When you go to the mall, you like look at everyone like wondering if maybe they're looking at you too. Like, no.
Okay, that is such an airport vibe.
It's such an airport vibe, but
Such
it's
an
true.
airport vibe.
Don't pretend like you haven't done it. Like, do not
Yes.
pretend like you haven't
You've
done
met
that.
your soulmate at the airport.
I'm not joking. When I literally stopped trying with guys. I told Taylor, I'm like, I'm not going to date for a while because this is not going well for me. And probably about a month later, Jordan was just like already my person. So that's no good. I had not held myself accountable with that.
Oh. I have one little thing that I keep I keep like a quotes album in my photos, and I love this. I saw it on, once again, TikTok.
Okay.
Shocker there.
Shocker.
So it says, from now on, you're no longer available for things that make you feel like shit, fighting for people who don't want to stay, putting yourself down, being in love with someone's potential, hiding parts of who you are, accepting emotionally unavailable people, living in the past, trying to convince others of your worth, finding reasons why it won't work out, fighting for your limitations, and settling for less than you deserve.
Mic fucking drop. Wow. I love that. You need to send that to me,
Yeah,
actually,
I
though,
will.
seriously. Because that goes for a lot of other types
It
of
does. No,
relationships
it's not
too.
just,
No.
for sure. Even friends and just everything in life.
Get rid of friends that are harming you too. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's just like, I've had to learn that over the past probably like 4 years. And it's not like I had a lot of friends harming me, but I had friends that didn't make me feel good.
Yeah, and if they don't want, if you know in your gut, in your heart, they don't want the best for you, shoo.
I know.
You're not,
or they might be a good person and they
But
just
they
are
just-
way
yeah.
too needy, or like they're way too intense. And like I'm already anxious style. So I don't need any more anxiety from other people.
I think too, coming out of college, you find out really in this season, it can be really lonely, but you find out who are your people, because you take away that drinking aspect that a lot of people have at those drinking friends. And then who are those people around you?
Exactly. Who's still standing there?
Yeah.
Crew, I hope you found something in this that you want to take away. I hope that you got your dating advice answered. If you wrote in, I have a lot more. So if I didn't get to you, I promise I will get to you eventually. Maybe I'll read the rest when Jordan's on to get a guy's perspective.
Oh my God,
That'd be fun.
he would be hilarious.
He's so blatantly like truthful that you're like,
if
oh,
you think
God.
I'm honest, he's even
next level.
Yeah.
And that's why I love him even more. As a little ice cream butt coming in here like, do you have any ice cream? He's so funny. Taylor, where can people find you if they need to find you?
Instagram at TayTayK.
Ooh, queen.
At
At
Free
Well
Tay
Said.
K.
Oh, what?
Free TayK.
Free TayK. At Well Said Podcast, you guys. Thank you for being here. This is episode 3. I'm feeling so much better. You probably can tell just by how I'm talking. I love having my sister on. You're probably going to be back a lot more.
I know, I'm not going anywhere.
No, I'm going to be bugging you, sister. Thank you for subscribing, for rating, for doing all the things. We need a little push right now because obviously for going mute for a little while, like engagement goes down. So if you could go do all those things, that would be lovely. Subscribing on YouTube actually does help me. So if you can, that would be amazing. At Candid Sid, if you need my personal life or anything else, if you want to bug me on another platform, go do it there. We will talk to you next week. Adios.
Bye.